New character, Ryo-san. Professor Fig's office. April 15, 2023, 7:53 p.m. 36 hours. Continue your journey through Hogwarts and the Wizarding World. Cross button. Continue. Square button. Load game. Triangle button. Delete.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp, places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I will decide what's best.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't. I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the Ministry.
What could the headmaster want? And the whole world awaits.
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
Headmaster, here, what could he want?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Something is...
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Please do.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children.
No, it's the headmaster and he's coming this way.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible. I mean, I've seen them about. I mean, yes, sir.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
He's handling secret ministry matters. And I don't miss him.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand that man.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Wait until Master sees what...
Ahem! Attention, Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
You dare question me? I've changed my mind. You dare question me?
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's to do with strength. It's to do with my family's reign. It's to do with purity of blood. It's to do with my family's reign.
Of course I remember. It's the Black family reigns.
Is Master giving Scrope a test?
It's to do with strength. It's to do with purity of blood.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
But Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle. Lumos.
Lumos. Util Levio art.
Levioso. Accio. I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. Lumos. The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
Very well. What will I find in the book?
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
Very well.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? That must be the pedestal. Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place. You may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must in this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
I should have run when I could. I can see my...
No chance. Come on, Eve. I need to time this just right. I see. A staircase straight ahead. A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. They're gone, for now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them. Nothing this way. No danger. Must be a way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward. Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. It's my chance. That's the way forward. Can this be? I think I'm invisible.
Level 23. Settings. Save game. The Poleu save game level 23.
They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
I've never felt such power.
Bombarder, Defender, Descender, Depulsor, Descender, Depulsor. Bombarder! Bombarder! Defender! Depulsor! Descender! Defender! Bombarder! Depulsor! Descender! Depulsor! Bombarder! Descender. Depulsor. Defender. Bombarder. Protector. Descender. Depulsor. Descender. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Descender. Bombarder. Defender. Protector. Bombarder. Defender. Defender. Bombarder. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Descender. Depulsor. Bombarder. Depulsor. Defender. Descender. Protector. Descender. Depulsor. Bombarder. Descender. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Depulsor. Bombarder. Descender. Descender. Defender. Depulsor. Descendo. Protego. Descendo. Descendo. Defender. Depulsor. Descendo. Depulsor. Descendo. Bombarda. Defender. Protego. Descendo. Depulsor. Bombarda. Defender. Descendo. Depulsor. Bombarda. Defender. Depulsor. Depulsor. Descendo. Bombarda. Defender. Depulsor. Descendo. Depulsor. Descendo. Depulsor. Defender. Bombarda. Descendo. Depulsor. Bombarda. Defender. Descendo. Depulsor. Depulsor. Bombarda. Depulsor. Depulsor. Descendo. Defender. Bombarda. Depulsor. Depulsor. Descendo. Defender. Descendo. Bombarda. Defender. Depulsor. Descendo. Defender. Bombarda. Defender. Descendo. Depulsor. Descendo. Defender. Bombarda. Depulsor. Depulsor. Descendo. Defender. Descendo. Descendo. This must be for me.
You are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it...
I can't believe she's dead.
Oh, poor Neve. Gone so young.
Neve! We won't be the same without her.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands,
You saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed, was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
It was fascinating. It was disturbing. It was fascinating. It was disturbing.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Level 23. Quests. All. Surprise meeting. Last I talked Poppy, she was worried about the Snidgets. She said to meet her in the Forbidden Forest to figure out our rescue plan. Meet cross button. Level 23.
I shouldn't have reacted so bitterly about your goblin friend. I apologize. I hope we can finish what we started with the triptych. Please meet me at the southern coast. We can search for the final canvas piece.
Level 23. Quests. All. In the shadow of the mountain. I received level 23. Lumos.
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio.
Lumos. Utility. Allows you to see in dark areas or solve Expelliarmus. Damage. Disarms wands and weapons from most enemies who wield them. Also deals
Lumos. Levioso, Accio, Expelliarmus. Levioso. Lumos, Expelliarmus. Accio. Levioso.
That relic is the key to saving Anne. I know it. Meet me outside of Feldcrot as soon as you can.